What's up, guys? Erasable Crab here. Welcome back to another episode of our Horizon Zero Dawn Let's Play 100% run. Today we are going to be working on this cauldron over here. Now I'm as close as I can get, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of a hike to get there. So that kind of sucks. Between this episode and the last one, honestly, I couldn't tell you how much time has passed. It's probably been 2 months or so. It's been a while since I've recorded this game. I have recorded some other stuff, but I've just been doing some stuff, going through some stuff, all that. So that's why it's been a while. I don't think my audio is coming through my headphones. So let me fix that real quick. Okay, let's try that. Now it's working, okay. So whatever we did last, it looks like we took a lot of damage. I haven't been this low on medicinal berries in a while. I don't really know the best way because it looks like it's that direction. I don't really know the best way to get there. I would assume I can just head down this hill. But then it kind of looks like it's that way. Is it really that way? Oh no, because I can't go over that, so we're gonna have to turn around. That's a little annoying. Is there any way I can get closer to it? I mean, I guess that's closer. We have the golden fast travel pack, so we don't have to worry about actually having fast travel packs, but at the same time, I would prefer for there to be like a direct path to what I'm trying to get to. Are we in the middle of a hunting grounds, or is this just the wilds? I want to say this is just the wild, so I am sorry if this is a bit of a slower video. It probably will be, because like I said, it's been 2.5 months since I played. I think I remember the controls. That's dodge, that's crouch. Yep. That's if we needed a heal. And then that's the cycle. So I remember how to play, that's at least good. Do we need any animal skins or meat or anything like that? I don't think we do. But I'm gonna get this board. Okay, I'm not gonna bother then. So is it around? Yeah, it's around this hill. For those of you that are watching, I do hope that you are still enjoying this series. I know sometimes it's probably not the most entertaining for some of the more boring stuff in the 100% run, but we're here, so that's what we're gonna do. Unidentified signal. I always do that. Let's get this loaded up. Let's get this loaded up. And then I've got the trip caster and the sling. Where's my other bow? Is it this one? Yes. I want to equip that there instead of the sling, because I don't need the sling anymore. Now what I think I'm gonna do is try to take these guys out.
Low and quiet does it.
Oh, I've been spotted. Tried to get him before he moved. There we go. Okay, so they're both right there. See if I can get that guy. Miss me. Come on. There we go. We are out of rope again. Or not rope, wire. I'm gonna have to buy some of that at a merchant. Don't need any of those.
Nice. Do a good hunt.
Is that a fire or is that... Okay, that's a fire. That's interesting. Let's get this loaded back up. And then let's get this bow out. Okay, so it looks like we gotta go down. I sort of remember this because, for those of you that do know, or for those of you that don't, I have played this before on my own. And I did 100% complete it.
Some kind of liquid flowing through that pipe.
So I know most of what I'm doing. Guess let's rappel down. But I don't remember everything. What I do know is we already did the cauldron that a bunch of bandits took over.
Forced to look for a way in. What a waste.
If I go in that, is it gonna kill me? Let's not find out. So hopefully this means there aren't any bandits in here. Because like I said, we did the one with a bunch of bandits. I don't think there's any others that have a bunch of bandits.
But I'm better prepared. I hope it's enough.
I think this one just has some stronger enemies. But it's at level 11, right? If we go to quests, active. Oh, maybe you have to go here. Yeah, it's at level 11. So, we should be fine. We're level 48. Sometimes those things can be deceiving, though.
What does it do?
Oh, you know what? I think I do remember this one. I think I remember struggling with some of these. Yeah, because I can't go that way, so I gotta make my way around, I think. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's drop off of that. see if we can make our way this way. I might have messed this up really badly. Oh no, I can get back up here. See, so I gotta go this way. I gotta beat the timer. I gotta time it properly. There we go.
That rushing sound again.
Supplies? I'll take some supplies. Up to 2100 metal shards, that's nice. Looks like this is the way to go. Helps if you hold the button.
Need to find a way through that shell.
Can I sneak up on this dude? I can. Three strikes from above, just got another achievement. Will it show me? Okay. There's a Ravager in here? Are you kidding me? Well, for once we're gonna face our fears. Because looking back on the footage, I'm mad at myself for how often I've relied on that Tripcaster. So we're gonna stop doing that, and we're gonna actually fight our enemies. Hit. Trying to get out of the way for that. There. We're slowly getting some more wire. I just use that sharp shot bow like crazy, so I go through it a lot. Alright, so let's take this over here. And now there's a supply crate here, let's raid that. Override this, make a bridge across. Like we gotta go that way. Override this.
All right, that should get me through.
Where did that open up? That way, okay. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything obvious. Do I have to go down here and climb up? or can I just reach that? Does not look like I can just reach that. Maybe. Oh, I see what I gotta do. Extra metal shards always help. So now, really? Now that that's there, I gotta time this so I can get on one of these. Because the way is now opened up that I can go that way. And I think we can drop off right here on these shell walker crates. Then we can get up here. I don't know where this leads. I would like to jump the other way, game. I was pressing the button. Hello, game? This game hates me right now. What is going on? Okay, I see how it is. It just makes me do all of that for nothing. And now I gotta do this again. Okay. Let's try this again. Why is it not working? Okay, I can jump this way. So it turns out we didn't even need that thing. Isn't that wonderful?
Going down.
I did not want to use that many arrows on that, but it's fine. Okay, get wrecked, Watcher.
Cheap.
I mean, as much as I love this series, I can't wait to start recording some other stuff for you guys too. I think I'm gonna take a break from it before I do Forbidden West. Just because this series is very time consuming. And it takes a lot more time than you'd think, so I think I'm gonna do some shorter stuff first. And then come back to this. Because at the time when I first started recording this, I was like, oh, I'll do it in a row. Can I get out of here, please? But, you know, that way I know, you know, I remember the story and all that. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's just very time consuming and I want to have time for some other stuff. So we're going to do it that way.
Machines collect blaze from the wilds, and it all flows here, like blood to a heart. So the cauldron runs on life itself.
killing machine. Okay, let's not do that right there. Okay, but I knocked him down too. No, I wanted to critical hit. Will you let me, please? What is going on today with this game, man? Okay. We got that dude. Let's craft some more arrows. I swear. Okay. I was gonna say, if that watcher knocked this out of my hand right as I grabbed it, I was gonna be so mad. Oh, what am I full up on? Watcher lenses, I don't really care that much about those. Ravager, however, if there's something there.
I have to leave something else behind.
Oh, let me see what we got. So let's... anything that just sells we'll get rid of. Because we have enough metal shards where only getting half of the value isn't really gonna hurt us. Honestly, don't even use that much of this. So let's get rid of some of that, I guess. Oh, let's keep one of those. There, that should keep us good for a while. Or at least for a little bit. Okay. So now we gotta find a way through this place. I don't even know how to get up there. I'd like to get out of the water. I never meant to go into the water. Okay, there we go. Now that we're up here, we can get across this way. now we can override this. So we overrided that. I don't know exactly what that's gonna do. Okay, that opened this up. So I gotta find a way up there. Which, that was actually pretty easy. So now we gotta move along this over to this one. And then I think we can jump off of this.
Where I need to go. The belly of this giant beast.
Whoa, that was a little too close. I didn't notice that dip there until the last second. Let's grab those supplies. So that's where we just came from. So I guess we gotta drop down to here. I don't think I can fall that far. I think it'll kill me if I do. But I'm not really seeing another way down. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. I didn't even mean to do it that time. At least we didn't lose too much progress.
That's where I need to go. The belly of this giant beast.
Okay, so there's nothing this way. So I think we had our first step right. Which was going down this way. Bro. I did not mean to do that.
I need to go. The belly of this giant beast.
So this game and me are not getting along today. I don't know what it is, but it's just not happening. Okay, so I don't think any of those are coming this way. Okay, so there is a chance that we can go there,
That's
but
where
I
we
guess
need
we
to
go
go.
this way. So let's go this way. See if there's anything this way for us. Okay, so can I safely jump from here to there? I can. And it looks like we go this way. Which leads us to the core. Snap moths I'm not afraid of. Snap moths are easy to work with fire arrows. Okay, so that's what's inside there. Well, I mean, we can take out the Watchers with fire,
The upper
too.
hand.
I don't mind that one bit. But surely there's gotta be more than just 2 Watchers watching over this place, right? I mean, it's a level 11. But I figured it'd be at least a little harder than that. Let's override this.
This is about to get a lot harder.
Is that a Ravager? Yep. I told you it wouldn't be that easy. There we go. Maybe fire is the way to go against Ravagers. Maybe I've been fighting Ravagers the wrong way this entire time, but either way, whatever works, works. Don't really matter to me. The proper way or the improper way, whatever. Because in my opinion, in a game like this where it's open world and it's all up to you, just do it however you want to. If it works for you, it works for you.
That's it. More machines I can override.
Alright, so we now have new overrides unlocked. Snapmaw, Longleg, Shellwalker, Ravager, and Tramplers. So let's view this. So it looks like we got 2 more Cauldron. We got 3 skill points. So we could do machine repair, or dodge prowess, or fighting back. Our health really isn't gonna get low though, so I don't see the point of that. I'm gonna say... honestly, I just tap control. So, I mean, I don't think holding it would really... I feel like that takes a lot of learning. But I want Quiet Sprint, so let's do that. And then we'll get Quiet Sprint next. Because we don't really need that, and then we can work on those. So those are all the cauldrons we've discovered. I guess we could keep working on cauldrons. We're a little over halfway through. That is DLC content. There's a cauldron here. I don't really have a plan. So I think let's get that cauldron, I guess. And then there should be one more. But I'm not seeing it. I do have like everything enabled on the map though. So if we just do cauldrons and get rid of everything else. We can see Cauldron Sigma done, Cauldron RHO done, Cauldron XI done, and then we got that cauldron. Is that it then? That might be our last cauldron, but I figured there's 2 more. Well, I guess let's head that way then. I have a feeling that this cauldron is probably the most difficult one. So I'm kinda not looking forward to that. Looks like we can either go that way or we can go that way. I think fast travel is disabled right now. What do you mean?
Uh-oh, spotted.
Can I fast travel now? Or do I have to fight these watchers? I can fast travel now. I was gonna say, because we already took out those watchers before we went into the cauldron. I mean, they're just watchers, it's not that big of a deal to take care of, but kind of annoying that it wanted to do it twice. I'm kind of not looking forward to this though, because I do genuinely think this is the strongest cauldron. And I feel like it's going to be a little bit on the tougher side. But we got to do it at some point. Speaking of which, we are at 89.25% completion. We've scanned 26 machines, which I believe is all of them. We have 9 shadow outfits, 8 shadow weapons, which I believe is all of them. Main quest 21, which is all of them. Side quest 18. Errands 13, which we're still working on both of those, I believe. All 5 tall necks. We've done 6 bandit camps. I think there's still more. We've done 3 cauldrons. I want to say there's 5. We've done 11 corrupted zones, which I think is all of those. The collectibles, the vantages, the metal flowers, the ancient vessels, the all of that stuff, I believe is also all done. For any of those of you that are curious, we have played for 35 hours, 30 minutes, and 57 seconds. So we're on, this is part 14. So we have about 34 episodes, so that makes sense. And then we've killed 560 human enemies and we have 304 headshots. That's a lot better than I figured it would be. So you can also see the rest of the statistics. That's not really why we're here. But the machine catalog, we've got everything except for DLC stuff. So we're making good progress. We're getting closer and closer to 100%. I'm not gonna go out of my way to discover this campfire because I see enemies there, but okay. I got close enough that it did discover. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So like my opinion, it hasn't really changed on avoiding enemies when possible, like traveling between the locations. Like if I've got the ability to run past them, or even in a quest, like if I've got the ability to run past an enemy, then I'm gonna take that because it saves me time not having to fight enemies that are just out in the wild. However, my opinion has changed on using the Tripcaster. Just kind of overusing those blast wires, which half of the time didn't even work for me. I ended up having to fight the enemy anyway. So that's kind of why. But with that said, why is this? Okay, it wants me to follow the path. I don't really want to follow the path because I see enemies on it. So we're gonna kind of make our own path if possible. And just kind of go through these crevices between these mountains. Well, I can tell you I see it. It is right there. Oh shoot, yeah. Level 20. And there's a stalker. Weakness is shock.
You're not gonna be the one to stop me.
How about eating some fire as well? Hard to hide when you're on fire, huh, Stalker? Oh shoot, there's two of them.
Now they're hunting me.
I thought there was only one of them. Haha, I got you. But he sees me. At least now we have the shocking sphere, which helps a lot with these guys. There's a third one. Okay. Now it says find the hidden entrance, so I'm assuming that means we can't just go through here. Nope, because watch. That happens. That is not what I want. So where do we go now? I guess would be up here. Follow the climbing path.
Here they come.
How did that not hit? That was crazy. That watcher should have got on that third shot.
Scrabbling a bit.
Okay, so now we gotta override this door. I think sticking with fire arrows is gonna be our best option. We got plenty of resources for them.
Never know when I might need these.
Probably soon. I think my statement still holds true that this is the most difficult one. At least I think. Is this one just straight to the core and then a bunch of enemies? Because if so, oh shoot. Yeah, I'm about that.
I'm ready. Gotta be.
I remember this one now. I still stand by what I said about the Tripcaster though. Even though, like, I feel the urge, I want to use it. We are not gonna. What we can at least do is prepare our weapons. I mean, we can lay out a few traps, but just relying on them, putting like 10, 20, 30 down. We're not doing that no more. Alright, let's get this over with.
Uh-oh, someone's grumpy.
Oh shoot. Maybe we should have laid out some traps. Okay, here's what I'll do, because this is a tough enemy, a really tough enemy. If I have to, like if I keep dying, I'll use the Tripcaster, but only if I have to. This is a big one. I hate fighting these things. We're doing like no damage, okay. It looks like just pure damage is the weakness for this guy. So if I get a chance to use the sharp shot bow, that would be nice. But I don't think I'm gonna. Man, all of those resources and we're doing like no damage. We're using a lot of resources on this stuff. Don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit. Don't you tail whip me. Almost got it to half health. We're using so many arrows though. Okay, I see where I need to go. I would like to grab that loose. Could you not? Okay, well that ain't gonna work then. What the heck? I have never seen a Thunderjaw that just sits in a corner. We're doing good damage though. I got him down a little bit lower. Is that another disc launcher? I don't think so. like, I can't imagine doing this without this armor. This armor, I think, is what's really allowing me to fight this guy. I would say comfortably, but it's kinda not, you know? Okay, we got him. Wow, was that intense. Alright, let's override this core.
Information to help me override more machines.
Alright, we got all of the cores overridden. I just got an achievement for that, so I guess that's it for the cauldrons. That was actually not as bad as I thought.
So, Hephaestus is the source of the cauldron data intrusions, forcing them to make aggressive machines. It used to be part of Gaia, but now, just like Hades, it's on its own. Following its own agenda. Why this? What's it trying to accomplish? Another mystery to solve. But first, I'll need to deal with Hades.
Which we already have. Let me look at that. So, yeah, that's from the cauldron. And then this one. Is it that one? Or is it this one? Okay. So that doesn't really tell us. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.